Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a beautiful, restful Shabbos. And please continue to pray for Avram Shmuel ben Rachel and all those who caught the virus. They should have a for shalema, a speedy recovery. In the midst of all the fear-mongering and the doomsayers, I just want to share a little of a different perspective. Chassidus explains that the reason a Jew goes to work 6 days a week, you should work, is because we are on a divine mission. It's not just about paying bills. It's a mitzvah, and this is an essential part of our Yiddishkeit, which is to elevate all of the sparks. Now imagine a moment when every last spark in the world has been elevated. Mission accomplished. There's no need anymore to go to the business, to go to work. The Rebbe said in 1991 that all of the sparks have been elevated. So imagine that this is the moment when every last spark in the world has been elevated, and overnight Hashem shut down all businesses, all offices, sending everyone home. It says when Mashiach will come, the main occupation of the world, a Jew as well as Gentile, will be exclusively the pursuit of knowledge, and the ultimate knowledge, the knowledge of Hashem. So maybe business is over. If Mashiach is coming any moment, then we're home. We have to pack our things and get ready for Pesach, which is the theme of redemption. Ki mei tzeischa me'eretz Mitzrayim arenu neflois, the prophet says, just like I took you out of Egypt, so too I will take you out of this present exile. That's point number one. Another point of view, the Sforno writes, explains why is it that the commandment to build a tabernacle was only given after the sin of the golden calf. When Moshe came down the mountain on Yom Kippur for the third time, the next day, he commanded the Jewish people to build a tabernacle. So he explains because the initial plan, there was no plan to build a tabernacle. Before the Jewish people sinned with the sin of the golden calf, every Jewish home was meant to be a tabernacle. Every tent, every family, every Jew was meant to be a priest. As it says before the giving of the Torah, V'atem tiyeli mamleches kohanim v'goy kodesh, that each and every Jew will be a nation of kings and priests. And the Balaturim says, Kohen Gadol, like the high priest that enters into the Holy of Holies. Because every Jew, every home, every Jew is that high priest, and every home is the Holy and the Holy of Holies. Well, this Shabbat, presently, every Jew is at home. Your home now became the cheder, the yeshiva, the shul, the house of study. Every home is a Chabad house. Every home is a miniature temple. Hashem says, make for me a tabernacle, v'shochanti b'seicham, I will dwell within them, in the plural, within each and every one of us. So every one of us, our homes now are miniature temples. And Hashem says, I am with you. And a third thought. For 2,300 years, the rabbis of the Great Assembly instituted that Jews pray each and every day. 5 to 6 prayers in each Shemona Esrei for the coming of Mashiach. For 2,300 years, Hashem has answered us and responded to us. And what's his answer and his response? No, not yet. I'm not ready. Overnight, the first time in Jewish history, Jewish shuls, synagogues, schools, everything is shut down. The angels must be going crazy because they cannot sing their song without the Kaddish, Kaddish, Kaddish of the Jewish people. They tie crowns for Hashem from the prayers of the Jewish people. Everything is shut down. The whole universe is shut down. So perhaps this is the Jewish people's way of telling Hashem, it's time for you to say yes. Just say yes once. We've been praying for 2,300 years, 3 times a day. And until this moment, Sunday morning, Chav Vav, the 26th day of Adar, Tav Shim Pei, the year of Pakod Pakadati. 70 years after the Rebbe became Rebbe, after the previous Rebbe passed away at the age of 70, 80 years after the previous Rebbe came to these shores, 100 years since the Rebbe Rashav passed away in a few days. It'll be 100 years. After all this tremendous effort and service of Hashem, and bringing and spreading godliness in the well springs of Hasidus and Yiddishkeit in the deepest depth and the crown jewels of Yiddishkeit, literally to every corner of the world, over 5,000 Chabad houses, over 7,000 Tanyas published literally in every city in the world. Now it's time for Hashem to host us in His Chabad house, and to host the grand Kiddush, the Sheir Bar and the Livyasan and the Yayin HaMeshumar. We're turning to Hashem and we're saying, enough. We davened and davened and davened, and this can't go on like this. We're going to daven for another day, another week, another month, another year, and this will go on, as usual, life as usual, nothing changes, no movement, no change, no shift. This is it. It's time for Hashem to make His move, His grand move. And Hashem is so obvious now. It's so evident. This whole thing is biblical. Our hubris is gone. We think we're in charge and we're in control. We know what's going on. All modern science, we're completely clueless. Hashem is running this world. Hashem is in charge. Hashem has always been in charge. But now it's so obvious and so self-evident. So we plead and we cry and we turn to Hashem. That just say yes for once. As the holy Rabbi Yitzchak Barditcher, the great Hasidic master, said, we Jews blow shofar 100 times in Rosh Hashanah, some 101 times, we at Chabad 130 times. All we ask of Hashem is just blow once. Tekah b'shofar gadol cheduseinu. Eliyahu Hanavi should make a siyum on the Golus, should conclude the Golus. And we should all go together to Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh, to the Upper East Side of Yerushalayim, together with 14 million Jews. And Hashem should host us in the third Beis HaMikdash. And this year, not L'Shana Haba Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem, this year in Jerusalem, that will offer the Paschal Lamb in the Beis HaMikdash HaShlishi, when the whole world will be healthy and robust and alive and vibrant, when godliness will become transparent and evident, and we'll all be conscious of Hashem, Mala Aretz Deis Hashem. The whole world will be flooded with the knowledge and the awareness of Hashem, and the main occupation of the world will be the pursuit of the knowledge and the awareness of Hashem. So I just want to bless each and every one of us, each and every one of you. You should stay healthy, your family should stay healthy, and please be extra vigilant about the elderly in your family. And Hashem should answer our heartfelt prayer and take us all, collect us all, take us all by the hand, as He promised, and fulfill all of His promises. And we should experience the ultimate marriage of the Jewish people and Hashem with the coming of Mashiach now. Have a wonderful day.